Greetings, everyone. Thanks so much for joining. I know I've been missing for some time. You know, it's time off from work, it's time with family, and it's time for grieving, going through a process. And sometimes you have to take that time away from social media, from all of it. You have to take that time away. So, thank you so much for liking the video. Thank you so much for joining. And thanks so much for subscribing. I've gotten lots of subscribers since the last time I've been here. And I just want to say thank you. I have a playing with the mirroring background here. Um, and it's pretty cool to change around the different effects. So I'll take off the effects. um, but thank you so much for joining. We are here, and the theme today, the question today, why are you so angry? Um, I mentioned this theme to my daughter, and I said, you know what? The next time I go live, I'm gonna talk about this topic. Why are you so angry? And then when I looked at the Bible challenge, we're in the Bible challenge, we're in the book of Revelation. And when I looked at the Bible challenge for today, the 29th of December, it's talking about, we're in the book of Revelation. And in the book of Revelation, we have those who love evil may oppose God's ways. However, they cannot escape God's wrath. What does that mean? So, as I dived deeper into the question today, why are you so angry? Thanks for liking the video. Thanks for tuning in. I had to post this because people are angry. And people are angry. And why are people angry? The question is going to be answered. So stick with this channel, you'll find out. But we're going to first look at our verse of the day, because our verse of the day today is going to really give us an answer to the question, why are you so angry? And we know, when people are angry, it's because they're hurt and they're unhappy. So they become angry at every little thing that happens. And they get to that point where they become violent. I've just watched on the news that a man shot his wife because she didn't turn the TV channel. Something, I mean, it's just horrific what's happening. So in the book of Revelation, we have the answer to our question as well as our verse today. So let's get into our verse of the day. Let's get the verse of the day up. Verse of the day. Verse of the day. Verse of the day. I know I got my Bible. Verse of the day. So the verse of the day today is coming from John, the book of John, chapter 14, verse 1 to 3. And in the book of John is a message, okay? It's a message. And the message is, so look it up. John chapter 14, verse 1 to 3. Do not let your hearts be troubled. So when people call you names, when people are angry, when they're disrespectful, when they are focused on your appearance, like I put my bonnet on today, when they're focused on your appearance and less on what your essence or what you have to speak about, the they show themselves as very shallow. You give yourself away as a person who is shallow when you call people names, you focus on a person's appearance, and whatever flaws they may have becomes your weapon to attack them. So in John chapter 14, verse 1 to 3, Braden, this is for you or anyone out there who is being mean and not nice. Do not let your hearts be troubled. You believe in righteousness. Believe also in yourself. Okay? Believe in yourself and know that you are blessed, highly favored, wonderfully made, jagged tooth and all, bonnet and all, bags under the eyes, whatever, you have been wonderfully made. So do not let anyone, or you can't let people going to do what they want to do, but don't let the noise of other people on social media, whatever it is, affect you to the point that you don't remember that you are wonderfully made. So our verse today really sets the stage for our question, the answer to our question. Why are you so angry? Why do you come on to people's lives and spew out hate and anger? Why are you so angry? So we answered that question, the first, with the verse of the day. And John chapter 14, verse 1 to 3, do not let your hearts be troubled. You believe in righteousness, know goodness and mercy, and also in the goodness of Christ. My Father's house has many rooms. Okay? Were that not the case, would I have told you that I am going there to prepare a place for you? And when I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again, returning and taking you to be with me, that you may also be where I am. That is the righteousness, goodness, mercy, and love. Thank you so much, Joey, for your kind words. You too are a child of the righteousness. And as we dive into the book of Revelation today, you're going to know who's who and where you stand in the grace of righteousness that is the Most High. Where do you stand and find yourself? So we look at the verse of the day, John chapter 14, verse 1 to 3. Don't let your hearts be troubled whatsoever. When people are, I have to sneeze. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Oh. Blessed. Thank you so much. Joey said, bless you, sister. And you, that's in advance of my sneeze. So thank you so much. This is how the goodness of righteousness works, okay? Many are called and few are chosen. Few are chosen to be listening. Few are chosen to be a part of this Giving Thanks channel. It's few, not many, but few. So thank you so much for joining and for liking the video. You can subscribe by hitting the subscribe button, and you can go ahead and hit the like button in the same time. So let's get to our word today, and let's see what that is. The word today comes from dailyword.com, and dailyword.com, yeah, the sneezing is happening. The air is blowing. Bless you, bless you. So many bless coming through. So, look at this. The word today is brought to us by Proverbs Proverbs chapter 4, verse 20. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 20. So let's look at the word today. Let's get that up. It's the word of the day. 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 Word of the day. Word of the day. So the word of the day today is brought to us by Proverbs chapter 4, verse 20 and 21. And Proverbs 4:20 speaks of, my child, be attentive to my words. Incline your ear to my sayings. Do not let the words that I speak escape from your sight. Keep the words within your heart. Okay? Proverbs chapter 4, verse 20. Keep the words within your heart. This is important because our theme today about why are you so angry, this is another answer to that question, that you don't have to be. You can keep the words of righteousness within your heart. Have that in your heart. Let that occupy the space in your heart. So, the words today, the word today is faith. And it takes faith. Okay? It takes faith. My faith sees me through all the seasons of life. So you may have a season of a breakup. You may have a season of cutting people out of your life who have no purpose but to take from you. You may going through a season of anger. You may be angry, but you have to look at the reason. What is making you angry? And it's hard, it's hard to dive into why are we angry. But oftentimes it's because we have pain. We have pain. And we snap off on folks. I just watched something where a man shot his girlfriend, shot her son. She was about to throw the PlayStation at him. She wanted to watch music videos and he wanted to watch football. So there's football, there's PlayStation involved in these things. And people get angry when they cannot get what they want. And people are addicted. They're addicted to PlayStation, video games. They're addicted to all kinds of things. And you may be addicted to coffee. You have to have your coffee in the morning. If you don't have your coffee, you're going to be pissed and angry at folks, right? So what is it that's making you angry is out of control. You want to have control and you're out of control and you go into a space of anger because you are not able to control the narrative, the situation, the circumstance. However, you can control yourself. You can become powerful in controlling yourself. So, you speak to your mother with respect. I heard someone speak to their mother, barking at their mother. You speak to people with kindness and respect. Okay, I may have fallen short of that sometimes myself. However, we have to remember that faith, the word today, sees you through all these seasons of your life. So that faith keeps you grounded. It keeps you in a place and a state of mind where you don't have to be angry because the faith comes in and it's like, poosh, knocks out whatever you're going to be angry about. So that man who shot his girlfriend and her son May God rest their lives in love, and that this man now, life is on the line himself. Were he not to have the faith, faith has to be held on to, and faith without works is nothing. Getting angry is an emotion. Own it. Don't let it own you. Don't let the anger own you where you're sitting in an interrogation room with blood on your hands because you could not control yourself. You wanted to control someone else. So faith sees me through all the seasons of life. So let's get into the word, shall we? Change is constant throughout life. There will be times of triumph and success, and of failure and disappointment, and times of both ease and struggle. It doesn't matter if you are the President of the United States, bless you, or you work at Walmart. I always use the Walmart example and get people pissed off. Like, why be pissed off and angry because I'm using an example like that? And the example is to bring home a point that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your job is. You may feel struggles. You could be working at $100,000 job and you're sitting in an office pushing paper, using your brain. And then someone else at Walmart may be making $30,000 a year. And there's no difference when it comes to righteousness. That's my point. There's no difference. It doesn't matter your title. It doesn't matter your degrees. It doesn't matter your status in society. What matters is how you respect yourself and others. Okay? It's how you do that. And I have a tendency to lift people up who society has deemed lower than the low, just like a custodian who cleans a school. Society looks at them as low, right? Like that's what they're doing. But in reality, they're doing God's work. They're cleaning. Cleanliness is next to what? Okay. So I look at a custodian in a school very on the same level as society would look at the president of the university. Okay. The same way I look at them, the same way. So rather than put your energy or my energy into worrying about when change is coming, right? Or what it might look like, I turn to my faith. Faith assures that I am never alone, and the power and presence of God, Jah, righteousness, Selassie the First, Jesus Christ himself, is with you and within you. With and within. So why are you so angry? That's the question today. Why are you so angry when the power and presence of righteousness is with and within you? Because you forgot. Because you don't know. Because you're hurt. Someone has hurt you, and that's why you're so angry. Who has hurt you? You need to forgive and let righteousness have it. It's too much for human consumption. Humans cannot take it. They're going to go off, shoot people, kill, and hurt. So leave it. Give it to righteousness that is the most high creator of you all of I and I's. So my faith is my strength in times of need, my hope in times of struggle. Okay? People struggle every year, but they still put a Christmas tree up in their homes. They struggle every year, but they still go and buy commercialized gifts to put under the tree and wrapping paper that's littering the earth, literally. All of these things people do to keep up with the world or to keep up with their friends and family and all these things people do to try to fit in. You're not going to fit in no matter what you do, no matter how many degrees you get, no matter how much millions of dollars you get for selling your app or for your products that you create. You're not going to fit in. People are still going to be jealous, even possibly more so than before, but you're still going to have to face all of it. How do you do that? Faith. Face faith. Faith faces it all. So, harmony, tranquility is your go-to in times of stress. Okay? I give thanks for the unlimited power of faith in my life as I move forward, secure in my divine identity. That is how I identify my divine identity, not by my degrees, not by the place where I work, not by how much money gonna sell my app for. That doesn't define my identity. Those things are fleeting. They're fleeting. Divine identity is secure. You're secure in that. Trust in the truth of righteousness and know your highest and best outcomes are unfolding. Keep that knowledge in your mind that things do not always stay the same. Things are going to change. Change is constant throughout life. So, as we end, thank you for liking the video. Thank you for tuning in. Do not let, according to Proverbs chapter 4, verse 20, that's ushering in our word today, faith. Don't let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart escape from your sight. Keep the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart within your heart. Blessed 310, what you say? Thank you so much for joining and liking the video. I miss you all. Been a minute, but we're here. Thanks so much for joining. As we end, we're going to be looking at our Bible challenge. And our Bible challenge, we're in the book of Revelation, chapter 14 to 16. And 14 to 16 is about pouring out the 7 bowls. Pouring out the 7 bowls. So let's get to it. Pouring out the 7 bowls. So we have in the book of Revelation, chapter 14 to 16, accompanied by the chanting of the 144,000, we have the final outpouring of righteousness's redemption. I'm going to call it redemption, redeeming folks. So in chapter 14, we have the judge is coming. Chapter 15, we have judgment is coming. And chapter 16, judgment is here. So when was the last time your spouse was angry with you? Do you recall the circumstances? How about the last time your boss was mad at you? What was the outcome? Anger can be a fearful emotion because this is what the theme is today, the question, why are you so angry? Anger can be a fearful emotion, whether expressed by a spouse or child, friend or a foe. Now imagine that it is not another human being who is angry with you, but the God of the universe. The God who created you from dust. The God who will one day destroy the elements by fire. How would you face that kind of anger? What would you, where would you go to escape it? The answer, of course, is nowhere. Today, God offers his love and mercy, but there is coming a day when God's wrath, I call redemption, and judgment will pour down upon all who have ignored the invitation to righteousness. I invite you now. That means you, if you, when you have spurned, what? That means, wait, I gotta see this better. That means you, when you have spurned his offer of salvation in the righteousness of Christ. That means your unsaved family members and friends. That means there is no better time than now to warn those you love of the peril they face by continuing in their disrespect and unbelief. Can you afford to wait? Well, what is the insight? Armageddon, the big little mountain, Revelation 16:16. Apart from its significance in Bible times, during which it witnessed two great victories, the two stunning defeats, the area around Megiddo has been the site of battles involving Pompey, Napoleon, Alexander the Great, and more. Recently, Lord Allenby in 1917. Revelation depicts it as the scene of the world's final definitive battle between God and the forces of evil. So, in the book of Revelation, we have the three angels, and then we have harvesting the earth and trampling the winepress. In chapter 15, we have seven angels with seven plagues, the seven bowls of God's wrath in chapter 16. And tomorrow, December 30th, we're going to go into another part of Revelation where the enemies of righteousness are destroyed. Boom, chaka boom. They're destroyed. So those who love evil may oppose God's ways. However, they cannot escape the judgment. Okay? So that is our, oh my goodness. That is our time today, everybody. My children are waking up. As you can see, my son is getting ready to start on his rampage. But I call on the angels of righteousness for everyone out there who is going through struggles, stress, and everything else in between. Remember, stand in love, don't fall in it. Thank you so much for joining. It's been a minute, but I'm here. And I am blessed, highly favored, and wonderfully made. Thank you so much, everyone, as I grieve, taking this time out of my schedule to grieve for my children's dad and support them as they process his life and what it means to them. Thank you so much for your patience, your kindness, and most importantly, your love as you chant down Babylon's wrong places and spaces. We're going to lift the voices of righteousness to permeate all over. Have a blessed day. Take good care.